Let's get into the NFL rumors now. So, are the Rams out on Odell Beckham Jr.? Tom, we feel pretty good about this.
Yeah, this one's going to be four heads because, well, they got Brandon Cooks, so why would they, and even beyond why, how would they end up with Odell Beckham? They don't have a first-round pick now, so Odell Beckham, cross them off for the LA Rams. Maybe the trade rumors around OBJ will kind of slow down a little bit here because the Rams were kind of the main team involved, at least from what we were told with various reports and whatnot, but Cooks is now in LA. Cross off OBJ to LA as a potential thing that's going to happen.
All right, so the Patriots traded away Brandon Cooks. They are now the center of potential Rob Gronkowski trade talks here. So are they keeping Gronk, Tom? We're giving this four heads here.
Yeah, four heads coming from Schefter as well because, well, if the Patriots trade away Cooks, they're not going to trade away Gronk as well. So no more Gronk trade. There have been a couple of little mini reports about, hey, could this happen? You know, he's been kind of waffling about whether or not he's going to come back to the Patriots. He's going to stay. Pats will not trade him as well. I suppose maybe there's some type of Godfather offer where a team throws a bunch of first-round picks for Gronk, but I don't know if that would ever happen or why a team would do that. So four heads on this one. He's not going anywhere.
All right, we'll stick with the New England Patriots here. How about
some
Baker
more juicy
Mayfield?
Ones.
Yeah, this one's interesting. What do we make of this one here, Tom? We're giving this one two Goodell heads firmly in that rumor category.
Yeah, I just don't know because of what it would cost to go get Baker Mayfield. I think he's going to go in the top 5 picks. So for the Patriots, that means you're giving up both your first-round picks and probably both your second-round picks as well. That's a steep price to pay to go get a quarterback, even as one as good as Baker, or maybe another quarterback that the Patriots want instead. And this comes from Jason Lock-and-4 of CBS, and it was kind of more like more of a hunch/guess type. But we're still going to give it to it. It does make some sense. There's some rationale behind it. I do think Belichick/McDaniels and Mayfield would be a great tandem for New England.
Well, we have to start thinking about the next quarterback in New England at some point.
Yeah,
Tom.
but I thought that like 5 years ago. So I'm not convinced that Brady is not just a machine and is just going to play until he's 60.
Right.
Like I kind of think maybe that's what he wants to do.
Well, could Baker Mayfield be that guy?
Yeah, I love Baker Mayfield. He is my QB. Ooh, I shouldn't say that because we're going to talk about my top QBs here
there,
a little bit. And I don't want to spoil it quite yet, but he is ranked very highly for me.
All right, let us know in the comment section,
myself.
folks, if you think Baker Mayfield should be the successor to Tom Brady out there in New England. All right, let's go to rumor number 4. Are the Patriots going quarterback within the first 2 rounds here?
Well, this comes from Teddy Bruschi, who, of course, has some very heavy ties there to New England. So 2 heads on this one. I could see it, but at the same time, if you're not going to trade up to go get somebody, then you're looking at maybe Lamar Jackson. You might have to go trade up for him as well. Mason Rudolph, Kyle Aletta, Mike White. It's not a great crop of quarterbacks, especially once you get outside those top guys, which, of course, that's how the NFL is. Everyone wants a QB. So if you miss out on the top 4 guys, does it make sense to say, you know what, let's just take Mason at the end of round 1 or early round 2?
Could be a reach.
I'm not sure it does.
All right, so number 5 here on our rumor list are the Patriots not trading up for a quarterback. This one's
different
2
rumors
Goodell heads.
here.
Yes.
Yeah, so this from Peter King. He says it doesn't make sense. 2 heads. So we'll give it all 2 heads. Everything's in that rumor category. He thinks that it's too expensive to trade up, which I do think makes sense as well. Like, if you're the Patriots, you've got other needs beyond quarterback. If you're trying to win right now with Tom Brady, you can take a linebacker, an edge rusher, maybe a wide receiver if you want as well with those picks. Maybe you move up for somebody other than a QB. Maybe you try and go get a linebacker because God knows you need one with Donta Hightower often hurt and a bunch of nobodies at the position. That makes some sense for me. But it's just so expensive. The Jets overpaid by a lot to get to 3. Would the Patriots have to also overpay to get to, like, let's just say 4 or 5? I don't know.
I'll be honest, Tom. It doesn't feel like a real Patriot thing to do either.
They have been various aggressive in trading down and trading up at various points. They haven't gone to get a QB because, well, haven't needed a QB.
Sure.
The issue for me is that if you want to get it into the top 5, top 4, whatever, you're going to have to give up 23, 31, 43, 63, and at least a future first-round pick because the Jets drastically overpaid. So the Giants, the Browns, the Broncos, whomever is going to say, yeah, we want a lot as well because we are trading down in a pretty significant way. So if the Patriots are going to move up, it's going to be very expensive.
Okay, so that's the latest with the Patriots. How about the L.A. Chargers? Are they drafting a quarterback early? Some news surfacing about privately working out some quarterbacks here, Tom.
And we've heard this for like 3 straight years now. So why is this year going to be different for L.A.? And maybe they'll consider Lamar Jackson, but I'm only giving this one head. I would be surprised. The Saints have done the same thing in years past, but the Chargers, I think, have other needs. Phillip Rivers hasn't totally fallen off, but I think we're getting to that point where, hey, maybe you should consider. But if you're not going to trade up, you're not going to get Allen, you're not going to get Baker, I don't know if they'd want to take Lamar and sit him for a year. I think it'd be a good fit for Lamar Jackson. I think it'd be a good area for him to be in, but I just have a tough time seeing LA actually this being the year saying, yeah, we're going to go take our QB.
How about the ceiling for Lamar here, Tom?
Super high. Super high. It's a matter of him improving his accuracy, developing a little bit more in terms of the reads and whatnot as a quarterback. But I think he definitely has a superstar potential in the same way that Mike Vick did, because he can do so much for you on the field, not just as a passer, but as a dynamic dual threat quarterback. He is incredible on that end.
We're using the Goodell heads as our scale of believability. Let's take a look at what the ratings mean. So 0 Goodell heads, fake news on that rumor. 1 head, small shred of truth. 2 heads, people are talking. You've seen a lot of those. 3 Goodell heads, more probable than not that it is true. And then 4 Goodell heads, fact news. We are quite confident in the accuracy of that rumor. All right, so Jordan Matthews is still looking for a team. Is he going to the Tennessee Titans? I am aware there's a visit, right?
Yeah,
Tom?
there's a visit. So two heads on this one. I think it makes some sense because the Titans, I think, could use another receiver. I think Matthews would be a nice fit for them. They're not going to pay a premium, but Matthews is not going to cost premium because, well, he wasn't very good last year amidst injuries. He's gone to visit the Packers and the Patriots and Cardinals as well. Cardinals, by the way, have an offer out to him.
Correct.
I think that one would make a whole lot of sense because, man, do they need more people at wide receiver. They gave Bryce Butler a contract. That's how desperate they are.
Absolutely. All right, so there is the latest with Jordan Matthews. How about Eli Apple and the New York Giants? Will he be staying in Big Blue?
Well, for now, and this one's 3 heads because it does seem pretty likely, because James Betcher, their DC, is giving Eli Apple a clean slate. He's getting another chance after a disastrous year last year, but it does still require Apple to improve his attitude and be just a better teammate and also player than what he was last year. He had a lot of issues with the Giants. He was one of the main reasons that defensive back room had some serious
They
issues.
called him a cancer.
And I think he was last year. So Betcher is now giving him a shot. But if he does the same stuff at the beginning of the year, I think they're just going to say, you know what, we're done with you, Eli, get out of here. That's why it's only 3 heads, because Apple at this point has to go prove it. He had a very rough year last year. Talented, we know that. He was a high first-round pick, top 10, but he's got to be better in terms of in the room for the DBs and not being a cancer.
All right, finally here in the rumors roundup, Coney Ealy, is he headed to the Dallas Cowboys? Tom, what do we know?
Still 2 heads on this one. His visit ended without a contract with the Cowboys. However, talks are still going to continue for Ealy and the Cowboys. The Jets also want to bring him back, but he left his visit without a contract. We'll see what happens there. The Cowboys have long liked Ealy. They almost drafted him when he came out, but they traded for DeMarcus Lawrence instead. They put in a waiver claim last year for him. Didn't get him because the Jets snagged him. So there's always been some interest in Ealy, and from the Cowboys' perspective, I don't think he's going to be very expensive because he did not have a great year. Kind of playing, I thought, out of scheme for the Jets in more of a 3-4 defense. I think he's more of a 4-3 defensive end and a 3-4 defensive end. So it makes some sense there, but we'll wait and see if – I think he is going to take his time here because really what's the rush at this point?
Sure.
Like the contract's not going to go away as long as you sign before the draft.
All right, so there you go. The latest rumors are across the NFL right now.